Hey you guys, it's Britt. Tonight we're here with an update on the Not So Resilient Jenkins. Steph is participating in a whole bunch of rage bait yet again because her views have plummeted. But I had a few thoughts about this. I really do not appreciate at all when people use sensitive topics as rage bait. I've made that very clear for years on this channel, and that's exactly what she's doing. She is producing rage bait by utilizing a real life situation that a lot of people go through, men and women, when they are in unhealthy relationships. She's using it simply for views, simply for money. So we're going to chat for a few. If you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so in this TikTok that is now deleted from her channel, she puts a bunch of text on the screen. And here's the thing, she calls herself a content creator, like, oh, I'm going to open up a business. I'm a content creator. I'm a creative mind. I stay at home all the time and do all of these amazing things with all of my free time. Her TikToks are not even edited where it's like a digestible format. She'll put text on the screen and it's cut off on each ends, spelling errors, bad grammar, punctuation missing or misplaced, the whole thing. That's why I call it a circus. But let's start at the top. So she says, so you're better for him than me, huh? Obviously referring to Drew. What a nutty concept. Could you still say the same after years of narcissistic abuse? And this is where it starts. You are utilizing a very sensitive and real life trauma that happens to people in relationships, and you are using it to get clicks, to get a little bit more off of your TikTok payment for next month. There are people that have been through relationships that have real narcissistic abuse in them, and it takes years of building up courage to even talk to a therapist about it. And here you are using it as something to just get clicks. She continues, could you still keep a clean home 100% of the time after your spirit is broken from years of not being heard? Again, we know that you mop the walls with Pine Sol and Clorox, but this shelter room is never clean for very long. Yeah, you do it for a TikTok video, but for some reason, as we've pointed out many times before, you're always cleaning, but it's always messy. You're always cleaning, but it's always dirty. You're always cleaning, but things, it looks like a tornado went through the room. And you blame your children for it. But yet, you want to say 100% of the time. Maybe that's in like Deluluville in your imagination, but it's not presented through all of the videos that you've posted yourself. She continues, or when your home is a tiny motel room with 5 kids that constantly create clutter. It's what kids do. So again, we're blaming the kids, even though you claim that you're just this person who is at the very top of the tidy game. You're always cleaning. Everything is always so hard for poor Steph. As a reminder, if you're calling yourself a stay-at-home mom, and if that's the thing that you want to stand on, even though you don't have a home, why are you complaining about doing household chores? That's literally what you should be doing with your time, because obviously you're anti-job. You're anti going out of the shelter room to seek employment. She continues, could you still maintain confidence after years of seeing him seek satisfaction elsewhere? How can you be better for him? How can he look elsewhere when I'm right here all the time? I don't know how to break it to Steph if she doesn't get it already, but she is going to continue to defend this bum of a man when it's very clear that he doesn't care too much about her. And I said in a recent video, legally, the 2 children that they have created together are not legally his because she is still married to the PDF file that is in prison. So Drew could literally skip out and it would be a very long, expensive legal road to go down to hold him accountable. How can he be okay with all of us sitting here all day? No beach trip, can't do the bounce house event again this year. If you've noticed, there's a pattern with Steph where she never takes accountability. Everything bad that happens is always someone else's fault. I said in the beginning of the summer, do you know how many free things she could have done with her kids in the city of Portland? Go to the park, go to museums, take them to the library, not just one time for a TikTok video and you didn't even take all of the kids. You're making a thing of bragging off of buying a $10 sprinkler to put in your shelter parking lot that is riddled with needles and trash. But there are so many other options that are better, safer, and would have educated her children. When her kids go back to school, if they do go back to school, because like I've said, I think that she's going to go the homeschooling route so that she can take more control away from outsiders. And all of these kids are sitting around talking about all of the fun things that they got to do over the summer. Oh, I went to the beach. Oh, I saw this art museum. Oh, I went and made friends at this park. Her kids have nothing. They didn't get to do anything. Yeah, they went to the park, a whole 2 times, and the second time she claimed that someone was following her, even though that was a BS narrative to gain pity and just be able to say, well, this is why I'm never going to the park again. And she took them to the library a whole 1 time, not all of the kids, some of them, so that she could post it on TikTok. She also complains about not being able to use the car. She says, y'all, I'm done, I'm tired. He doesn't watch my videos, so please start engaging more so I can get the F out. This is very obviously, like I said, it's rage bait. It's pure rage bait. And to the very few people that still continue to defend her, when she comes out in a few days and is saying that this was rage bait and I was just trying to gauge the haters and get a response out of y'all, those few people that were still, for whatever reason, following along these, fake storylines that she publishes, those people that were still following those storylines are going to be absolutely disgusted yet again. This is how you lose an audience. This is how you betray your audience. This is how you lose support on social media. I've said it about, 729 times. Honesty is everything. And if you're not ready to be honest about it, then don't put it on social media. It's not that hard. If you're sharing something, make sure that it is the truth. And if it's something super personal that you don't want to talk about, then keep it offline. So I think this really highlights just the fact that her views are down. Her most recent TikTok payment was probably a fraction of what she has seen in the past when they were really getting a lot of views. So she decided to let Ragebait enter the shelter room again. I'm also throwing this in this video that y'all are watching right now. Steph had a complete crash out last night. Drew left her. He was walking around the streets of Portland with a suitcase, not with his PS5, looking to engage in some tree activity with a young lady, I guess. I don't know what his deal was, but everything just fell apart, and she's over here crying, and I still think this is just part of it. I think that she's sad, maybe that Drew did leave her, but I don't think that this is her doing. I don't think she's in control of it at all, and that's why we're seeing the emotion. I don't feel bad for her, but here's the video.
Oh, never mind. I expect it to be any different for me. I mean, like, y'all said it, like, that's how it went down with his exes, right? Just cold-hearted, like, out the picture, like, the kids don't matter. I don't know, because I thought, like, he actually fucking loved us, Thought I was different. What the fuck? It was gonna make me feel bad that I love people with my entire being, okay? No one's gonna make me feel bad about that. It'll make me feel stupid that I didn't push for this pain any fucking sooner. I hate ugly crying online. have fun with this. All my ugliness for y'all loving fucking haters. Fuck. The audio's gonna be crap. This video's gonna be up on my page. And I just fucking hate the grainy bathroom lives, you know? But also don't feel comfortable like going outside when my kids are in here sleeping. So, I mean, as most of you probably already know, Drew left. And like, yeah, I was like manifesting this and like hoping that we would have like a break and a separation. And I wasn't trying to how to like go about it, because every time like I brought the idea of us like taking a break, just got bad. And it was never like, it was like it's not even an option for us to take some time to heal and like get an understanding of each other. Drew is just like all or nothing all the time. There's no separate while he figures some stuff out. I asked for like counseling together, or like even just take the time to do like that paired app. I'm probably like ugly guy on the internet, but also I'm gonna give a fuck right now because it's really freaking hurts. Because, you know, at this point, he's still like telling me I'm the only one at fault for anything, and I'm the only one that has anything to fix, and he's like refusing to have any accountability for anything he does. And I'm like, it's not just like that, man. Like, that's why I get to this point, because I feel like there's no way around it. You never get accept responsibility and accountability for your own actions. I'm sorry, I'm stuck. It's not. Like, we can't move forward from that, you know? I cannot believe like nobody's. Wait, did I turn the comments off on that? Is that so quiet? I'm gonna turn them back on while I'm going. I'm gonna do something, you know? Again, I'm sorry for all this, like, it's annoying. I won't. We're gonna do next. I think you talked. Like, walking through him. Like, that's the thing I'm talking about. Like, every time we would fight, he always be like, I'll take it to that level with you because I don't care. And I'm like, how can you be like that? Like, I care about you, and I would never take it to these levels. Like, he always takes it. And he's like, well, I'm gonna kick you out. Well, that's not how, it's not how it feels. It feels like you just want to keep me here, to keep me in a cycle. And that feels way more vicious than just being like, please just leave so we have some separation and some peace. You wanna call me that, kicking you out? I'm like, here, man. I need peace. Like, it's been bad. So much killing. Okay. I don't have anybody. I'm sorry. My sister doesn't really talk to me. My mom and I are not close like that, yo. I wish, but I'm freaking scared, but I also feel like it's a relief because just going for my own thought process, doing my own stuff, you feel me? When I have an idea, hey, I want this to happen. So I just make it happen. Look, I don't know my nose, but like, hold on a second, because I want to do a mic off for that. Hold on. Sorry about that. He just called me, and I really don't like the way that phone call ended, but I don't know what to do now. I'm gonna try to maybe hop back on later and update, but anyways, thanks for trying to hop on and say hi or whatever.
There's a genuine level of concern I have for the safety of the children that are in her care. Because let's honestly, regardless of the fact if it's rage bait, it's for clicks and views, it's for engagement, let's literally look at the actual factors in play right here. She's jealous of Deshaun and the donations that Desiree gets. Jealousy towards children is an extremely dangerous thing, and we know for a fact that she's jealous of Deshaun. We been knew that. But this post that she made very much screams like mentally unwell. Let's add in the fact that she is postpartum. She has a fresh baby. She is absolutely going through a certain level of postpartum depression. How can you not when you are living in a motel room with 7 people, including a baby and a toddler? Now, according to that video, it's a thing where she's not the one that left Drew. Maybe they did split up, but Drew is taking no interest in the children. He didn't up and left cold-hearted, like she said, and she thought she was going to be different. Whether we like it or not, that is a certain level of heartbreak that she is going through. I know a lot of people are saying for her to go to her mom's, but what I'm hearing is that her sister and her family is already staying with her mom, so there may not be room for her at her mom's place. So now at this point, she really is just dead end, has no idea what to do, and is stuck. So let's take these factors, let's put them all together. That's a scary situation for the safety of those children, and I don't care what anybody says. And I'm honestly really taken aback and befuddled that no one is actually acknowledging this or mentioning or talking about this. because I do not like to talk about this lady this much. I hate when y'all make me make 2 back-to-back videos about this girl. But again, nobody has mentioned this. Am I the only one? Like, I fear for what is to come in regards to their safety. And I hate to even insinuate, I hate to even dance on the line of the fact that those kids are not safe, and I don't care what anybody says, because I don't even think it's going to be a thing of where she intentionally goes out to do anything. I would have been in psychosis a long time ago living in that situation, and then we add all these extra factors in, and no, there's nothing that any of us can do about it except for sit here and talk about it, bring awareness to it, and add our own judgments and 2 cents into it. It was already a safety and well-being issue in regards to the kids for a plethora of other reasons, but now there's a genuine level of mental unwellness that is just coming more and more and more as the days come. I don't think that this is something, I genuinely do not think that this is something that's for clicks and views. I genuinely think that there is a storm brewing, and I don't think that we want to see at all what is to come with that. Again, I really hope that I'm wrong on this one, but it's a scary situation to actually watch unfold, to be honest.
Did this on Facebook. It's absolutely nutty to me that y'all willingly donate to one parent to give one kid memories and opportunities, but God knows if I asked for help getting my kids to Oaks Park or the State Fair, I'm not getting that support. And that's not me denying one kid deserves the opportunities, all of the children do. No one child is more deserving of blessings than another. Imagine how it feels to my daughters that they are stuck here in the motel shelter without even a car to get out and go to the park. And yeah, I get it's on me being with this man, and that's what I'm trying to fix. So this is just like episode 2 of the rage bait. She continues, low-key done. I'm sorry for the confusion with my posting. I'm really trying to be transparent through this situation. This is a lot of hurt to process. She says, and her toddler is stuck here all the time as well. Steph, do you know how many parents live in major cities like Portland and do not have a car? Do you realize that Portland is one of the cities that actually has a really good public transit system? So if you truly wanted to get your kids away from this shelter, and if you're focusing on your daughters in this post, you could have made that happen. But instead, you are drawing the, blind shut, keeping these kids inside all day. And then once the sun goes behind the building, you're allowing them to go out to play in the $10 sprinkler that you purchased and yelling at them if they go inside without drying off. So you created this mess. You allowed it to get this bad. You continue to allow it to be this bad. And yes, it is tragic for your kids, but you are choosing this at this point. There have been many, many, many opportunities to do better. You have chosen to do things like not pay your rent, buy a bunch of garbage. Oh, also, they're lying about no longer collecting state benefits for groceries. We'll get into that in just a second. This entire thing it's made it impossible, at least for me, to have even an ounce of pity or trust in the narrative that you are publishing. I also came across this post over on Reddit, and somebody was sharing that their friend's daughter attended the same school as the Jenkins kids last year and claims that the oldest is a bully and that she allegedly would always say, "My mom said," and tells people that they're haters and jealous of her. This, again, kids are sponges. They will absorb whatever is around them, good, bad, or indifferent. And if you don't have parents that are guiding them in the proper direction, then what you get is a literal kids in school, elementary school, calling people haters and jealous, because that is what she has heard and seen for long enough to repeat it, because they literally repeat what they hear, especially if it's on a consistent basis. And allegedly, this person also shared, which you can see in the comment, that there were episodes of these kids being picked on. And as I've said a million times, when you put your neglectful parenting on social media for a paycheck and you send your kids to school, they are going to be picked on. I talked about this with the 32 pizza grocery haul mom. You're posting this online, you're feeding your children an unhealthy amount of food and eventually leading them to childhood obesity. What do you think is going to happen? It's bad enough school, school has bullies as is, but then you combine the social media aspect of it and it makes it worse. The last thing I want to put in this video is that Drew posted a TikTok and showed a receipt from their grocery haul. And the comment said EWIC is WIC, which is food stamps, basically. You can see it listed at the bottom of the receipt. It is a benefit. The baby and the toddler are of age to collect benefits for juice, eggs, milk, tuna, etc. So it is what it is.
I think Drew got fired from Safeway, and a lot of people are speculating that he's been fired for a while now. But I think he got fired and didn't tell Stephanie. So he was probably still leaving, like he was going to work for Safeway and doing other things. This is just all speculation. Nothing I say here is fact. Stephanie, I've said it once before, I'm going to say it again. If a man wants to cheat, he will cheat. You can have his location. He can tell you everything. He can be the most open person ever, and he will still cheat. Where there's a will, there's a way. Like, we already know he's had multiple pocket bitches. He's definitely got more. Again, this is just speculation. My personal opinion.
I don't know how many times I can say this without being annoying, but how heartbreaking for these kids. They were not dealt a fair hand with being put in this situation at all. And it is so unfortunate to watch it unfold the way that it has. So in between the utilizing very real trauma for rage bait and just the atrocious existence of Steph on TikTok, I've had quite enough for tonight. So if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.